Most young men in the world today are completely lying about their own goals. They are completely lying about their own visions. Well, if you were to ask a young boy, what are your goals? He's more likely to answer to you with a specific word or something. So, like, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer. And as he grows up, it might change. It is subjected to change, of course. But if you ask the teenagers of this generation, what is their primary goal? Why they are doing whatever that they do? Their primary answer, their common answer in today's world is that they want to escape the matrix. But in reality, you cannot escape the matrix. Because the matrix is the game. Life is a game and matrix is a game. But you can't escape the game. You can only play it. Alright? So, what is the problem with escaping the matrix? The truth is, people want to escape the matrix because they want to have power, control, and the most important of all, freedom. Youngsters want to have freedom. It is true. That's how India got its freedom. A lot of people are protesting against it. But freedom from what? From their own life? That's where the problem arises. That's where the fake alpha males on the internet come in. The problem with fake alpha males on the internet is that those guys on the internet are convincing you that a particular lifestyle is the only thing that has escaped the matrix. That's why most young men are lying about their goals. Because if you ask a guy, what is your materialistic goal? He will definitely answer, he wants lots of cars, he wants lots of houses, big ones, alright? He wants a lot of money. That's the most common answer among people. But if you were to be very clear with what you truly wanted, trust me, your life will be much, much, much better. So how do these alpha male guys, the fake alpha male ones, brainwash youngsters and then use them for their own good, use them for views and stuff? The simple thing is, just as I said before, they sell a lifestyle which they brand it as the escaped matrix lifestyle, like the free from the matrix lifestyle, free from society's chains lifestyle. But that's not the only lifestyle, because most people don't want that kind of lifestyle. Most people don't want hundreds of cars. Most people don't want hundreds of houses. So you have to be very clear with what you like to see and what you want to have in your own life. That's where education comes in. Because the simple thing about education is making someone understand the difference between what's good for him and what's bad for him. That's it. So most of you guys out there who say you want to replicate the lifestyle of some random influencer on the internet, you are simply telling to yourself that you are uneducated. That's it. Because what are you doing? You're not using your own brain at that situation. You're simply taking orders from the influencer and you're just going there and what are you doing? Simply copying instead of emulating that person. See, you might inspire a certain habit or certain characteristic from him, but that doesn't mean you have to be exactly like that person. Because most teenagers can't. That's the beauty of life. You are different, I'm different. Right? It's not one is greater than other. We're not talking about that. You're different, I'm different. My thinking is different, your thinking is different. I play my game of life, you play your game of life. What I can do is I can teach you the lessons that I've learned from my own game of life, and you can teach it to someone else. But I cannot force you into living my life. That's what these fake alpha male influencers do. They force you into living their own life. They force you to be a robot of their own life. You're just simply copying them. That's where the true problem is. Well, what is the difference between a real alpha male and a fake alpha male? A real alpha male is the person who achieves things through genuine effort, and he takes every single step instead of skipping steps. He takes every single step and then he leads people through his way. He leads them, alright, but he doesn't control them. That's the way of the true alpha male. But what is the way of the fake alpha male? The fake alpha male is weak. He is terrified. He is afraid. So he wants to wear this blanket over himself. He wants to wear this mask, this cover that says that I'm the alpha male. I'm going to go out there and lead this life. I'm going to win at this life. So he wants to have all those materialistic possessions that he wants. Then he wants to have all those, what do you call it, like looks maxing stuff. He wants to have all those things just so that he can go out and brag to people that he's an alpha male, because he's so insecure about his own weakness that he's too terrified and weak to fix his own weakness. So what happens with these fake alpha male dudes? They're out there, alright? They have the same goal as the true alpha male. But those guys are simply lazy, weak, and in simple words, they are weak. Lazy, weak, and they are unproductive. So that they want to avoid all the steps in the middle, and they just want to straightly jump to the 10th step, which is impossible, of course, because that's the rule of life. You can't just simply jump to the 10th step. So they are skipping all those steps in the middle. They are taking all those fake things that feel like the 10th step, but in reality, they are not at the 10th step. They are still where they are. They're still where they are. You see this on the internet all the time. When those fake alpha male dudes get confronted, you can see the little child, little whimpers that come out of them. Cry baby. That's what happens when you're a fake alpha male. And these fake alpha male influencers are giving youngsters advice which are completely good in paper, but completely trash in real life. That's what it's true. They read quotes online, they read quotes from books, and they just simply quote what they have learned, but not their own words, not their own ideas. That's what they are doing, and most youngsters are manipulated by them. I too once was. That's why I'm making this a very important discussion on today's video. That's the reason I'm sad that talking about influencers manipulating you. Alright? Just because some person you like has 100 cars doesn't mean you have to dedicate your life to buying 100 cars. You might have your interest in other things. You might find your own self in other things. Alright? Just because someone you inspire on the internet says that singing and music is trash, doesn't mean it is. I personally like to sing. I personally like music. Right? I have my reasons for it. So that's what makes us unique as humans. We are different and we must be different. If not, we are just a group of animals. Matter of fact, animals are different. Their physical characteristics differ. Their thinking characteristics differ. Some things might be common, like some things like we have 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth. Like those things, they are common for us humans. But the only thing that separates us from who we are truly as persons are our thinking ability and the way we speak. That's what makes us to differ. So that's what happens. Those fake alpha male dudes, you are weak, right? So you brag because you cannot inspire. So if you truly inspire people, if you truly make them think about their own life, and if you truly made them change their own life without having to give them thousands of protocols, then guess what's happening? You are truly inspiring that person, because you're not exactly giving them the fly shooter which directly takes them to the 10th step, but you're in fact giving them the skills which allow them to walk the journey by their own. That's the duty of the best teacher. That's the duty of the alpha male. You have to be out there. You have to teach young men so that they can be on their own when you're not there. That's what a father does. That's what a father must do. The reason why most young boys don't want to see above or after that information is because they are afraid. They're afraid that it might hurt their little feelings. I have one message for you if you're someone like that. If you want to limit yourself, limit your source of information to one person, here's what I tell you. People who limit their source of information to a single person or a single medium lose to people who have no limit to their informations. That's it. That's what I wanted to tell you. That's the only thing which is gonna give a drawback on you, because if you only take your information from one person, you're simply gaining the experience of one person. But imagine how much experience and knowledge you would have, or wisdom that you could get, if you were to listen to people, hundreds of people. If you were to listen to hundreds of people, you just guess how much knowledge and wisdom you would have in your life. And guess how your life would turn out. And just imagine how your life would turn out if you implemented that knowledge and wisdom for your own self, if you truly liked it. Well, you cannot implement everyone's advice, that's true. But out of respect, you should listen, if you're a young boy, to your elders, that's true. But out of respect, you can listen to everyone. Even though it might be the worst idea, you can still listen to it, and you can still make your own conclusion that this is the worst idea. I should not think like this. Alright, I should not implement this. So you could point things like, oh, this person said this, that's a bad thing. So I can't use this in my life. So I make sure that other people don't do it. So you can warn others about this worst information that you just learned. So that's good and bad to this. So the question that you must ask yourself is that, what are your true goals? Why do you want to have your goals? Are those goals completely fixed by yourself for your own interest of your own life, or your goals fixed by some random influence on the internet? Because a lot of boys in my class and a few people that I know lose their own lifetime simply being slaves to influences. So I would like to end this video with a note of awareness, telling boys who are my age and who are older than me, who are younger than me, don't become a slave to those influencers on the internet. Instead, you could learn from them, but don't exactly try to copy the lifestyle. You might inspire something from them, that's good, but don't be that influencer, be yourself.